Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make are brownies. We're actually going to make a sugar-free or sugarless brownie, but it's sweetened with unsweetened applesauce. So for you folks that are looking for recipes without sugar, well, maybe this is the one for you. I want to tell you right off the bat, I no longer put my recipe below my video, and I'm sorry about that. But hopefully I'll go through slowly enough and clearly enough that if you want to jot down the recipe, you'll be able to do that, okay? Also, I'm using my stand mixer. You can certainly use a hand mixer for it. But I like to use the stand up because it's much faster for the video, that type of thing. So let's get started. First off, what you're going to do is to make these unsweetened brownies, if I forgot to mention that, brownies. You're going to start off with 4 tablespoons of oil. Now you decide on the type of oil that you prefer, whether it's coconut oil or corn oil or whatever. I don't want to get into that debate because people write all about different types of oils and which are good and which are bad, which I can appreciate that. But you decide what 4 tablespoons of a type of oil that you want to use. You're also going to be putting in 4 tablespoons of milk. So I'm just going to put that right into those 4 tablespoons of oil. We're also going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right. And we're going to be putting in 2/3 of a cup of unsweetened applesauce. Now, if you want to use the sugar one, you can, of course, but this particular recipe is designed to be unsweetened, and that's what I'm using. 2/3 of a cup, and just put that all in there. And then I'm going to also add 1 egg at room temperature, and then I'm just going to turn on my mixer and just beat it together till it's very smooth and very light in color, yellow color. And I'm going to warn you about the sound because it can be very loud on your end, okay? Won't take you very long. Maybe it'll take you a minute or two, depending on whether you're using a stand-up or a hand mixer, but you want it to be combined very well and that you get that pale yellow color from it, okay? So, and I just moved it along due to the video and went to a higher speed. All right, on working on the dry, you can actually just start putting the ingredients in one by one, but I'm going to just put them together for the sake of the video. You're going to be needing 1/2 cup of unsweetened baking cocoa. Now, this is not the hot chocolate mixes, that type of thing. It's just unsweetened baking cocoa, and that's 1/2 of a cup. I'm also going to be putting in 1 cup of flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. Now you can use different flours if you prefer. If you want to try a wheat flour, a wheat pastry flour, go ahead, you can try that. And then with my little whisk, I'm just bringing it together. Again, if you don't want to do this, you can just start putting those ingredients into your mixing bowl. Now, the next thing that you're going to be putting in is 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. All right. You're going to be putting in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And now what you can do, or you can leave it out, I'm using around 10 little packets of sweetener. Now you can use different sweeteners if you want. You could use stevia if you wanted to. You could use 1.5 teaspoons of stevia, or whatever other type of sweetener that you'd like. You can leave it out if you prefer. If you don't want to have that extra sweetness in it, don't put it in. But I'm using the packets of the company that are blue, and I am using that and just stirring it in, okay? Also, I'm going to just slowly put the dry into the wet. And I'll do it at low speed so it doesn't go all over me in the kitchen. And now I'm going to raise my speed just to beat everything together, but not overbeat it, because I think it tends to make the brownies tough and dense. And I'm going to warn you about the sound. Now, again, you're going to be using a lower speed to do that. I just went to a higher speed just to move things along. Make sure, though, that it is combined well. Maybe it'll take you at medium speed, you know, 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes to do that. I'm just going to put it on for another couple seconds. Okay. And now I'm just going to take my paddle off here. Take the excess off that paddle. Okay. We'll set that aside. And then with my spatula, just making sure to get the bottom of that mixing bowl and combine everything. Again, I don't like to overwork the dough. Just kind of make sure that it's folded in well and combined. The next is you will need an 8x8 pan. Now, if you want to use your parchment paper, feel free. I went ahead though and greased it and then lightly dusted it with flour. And I'm just going to take all of this mixture and pour it into my pan, my 8x8. And again, trying to get this all out of here. I'm going to use a knife to help me do that. I tend to try to get this all out because, as we know, ingredients are quite expensive these days. So why waste any? And then I'm just taking a knife. You can use whatever type of spatula that you like, just to even it out. Get into those corners. And again, I'm just going to bring out the rest of it into my pan, baking pan. Okay. And then smooth out the rest as evenly as possible. You know, it actually smells so good right now, and I mean, it's uncooked. When you bake it, oh, your whole kitchen will smell like chocolate. Oh, so good. And then just lightly tap it before it goes in the oven. Now you're going to put it in a 350-degree oven, and it's going to take you anywhere from 18 to 20 minutes. And you know, all our ovens set up so differently. So I actually start checking mine around 16 minutes or so. I just quickly try to open the oven very quickly and then close it. But you know, it's going to vary, and you know your oven very well. So just to give you a heads up on that. Now, however it takes, whether it's 18 or 20 or around that area, when it comes out, let it sit on a cooling rack till you're ready to cut it and then serve it or store it or whatever. And they're easy, very easy to freeze. Just wrap it very well, and you'll be able to put it in your freezer if you have leftovers or you want to hold on to it for a particular day and time that you want to have these brownies. Also, now, if you want a sweeter version, especially too if you like chocolate, go ahead and put a half a cup of sugarless or sugar-free chocolate chips. You can use whatever flavor that you have, or you have that you can get in your grocery store. You can do that. You can also add nuts, because I get a lot of times questions, well, can I add nuts? Yes, you could use about a half a cup of chopped nuts, whatever that you prefer. Walnuts, pecans, peanuts, whatever you have or whatever you prefer. So you can add the chocolate chips to add more sweetness, and you can add nuts if you prefer. This particular brownie that I'm making, I am not putting in the chocolate chips, as you noticed, and I'm not utilizing the nuts. But it's a nice recipe that you can, you know, change it up, that kind of thing, okay? So I'm going to rinse my hands real quickly because I was working with raw egg, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. Now, what they do is they come out looking like this. What I did was just sweeten it a little bit. I took dark chocolate, sugar-free, and I just grated it over these brownies, okay? You don't have to do that either. You can also put your chocolate, your sugar-free chocolate chips over them when they come out of the oven, and just let them melt on top, and then take a knife and just spread it out, and it creates a frosting for them. So that, you know, there's so many ways that you can change up the variety and making this brownie. But that's what I put on top. I just grated just a little miniature dark chocolate, sugar-free, over the top of them, and this is how they come out. Now you're going to get 12 brownies out of this recipe, that kind of thing. And you know, is this brownie going to replace a brownie that has sugar? No, it's not. So if you're looking for brownies that are traditional, you might not like these. But if you are looking for a different version, or maybe a healthier version of brownie, I think these are worth a try. They are really good tasting brownies. But again, they will not replace the traditional brownie that most of us know and love that have sugar in them. If you're looking for brownies, I have many videos on brownies. I have one that is made actually with mayonnaise, which is absolutely fabulous. Please check it out if you're looking for a good brownie recipe or variety of brownie recipes. Check out my channel. So there you have it. You've got a recipe of sugar-free or sugarless, or better yet, a brownie made with unsweetened applesauce. And again, you can change it up however that you want. So, as always, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. If you try these recipes and you like it, please let me know. If you do, write to me, and please remember that all my videos are only and solely on YouTube. If you write to me on YouTube, I'll get your question, I'll get your comment, and I'll do my very best to answer in a timely fashion. If you're so inclined and you'd like to subscribe, well, I can't thank you enough. Or ring the bell or give my video a like. So, thanks again for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.